No, welcome back to the Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, for the final time this season. It's Manchester United versus Watford, the last game of the season, of the 2017-2018 season, and what a season has it been. Let's just say, what a season. So beforehand, obviously, I just want to talk about how the season's gone and stuff like that. So obviously, from last year, last year we was sixth. We finished sixth. We won the Europa League and we won the League Cup, which wasn't a bad year. I mean, okay, in the league-wise, it wasn't that good. This year, I would say, would you say it's improvement? I would say no, not really. I mean, okay, we are into second, but I just think going into the last game of the season, it's like pretty much last night was the story of our season. A 0-0 draw, playing 3 or 5 at the back against West Ham. Playing for a point, and it was just so poor last night. And it was that game was pretty much the tale of the season where we've lost games against teams that. Let's just get into the match. We've lost to teams that just come up. Huddersfield was a big one. Then obviously losing to Man City. We started the season pretty well, but we pretty much, like I said, we started the season well, and then we got up to the City game. And then, no, was it the City game? I can't remember if it was the City game or the game beforehand, or I think it was the Huddersfield game where we lost 2-1, I think, or 2 or 3-1. I'm not too sure. And after that game, we were like pretty poor. We started the game. Started the Premier League season we were winning like 3 or 4-0 every other game. It was so good to watch. It was attacking football, and then all of a sudden, we started having. All right, we had injuries and stuff like that, and we also had obviously the Champions League to get into, and also we had League Cups and stuff like that. But it's just like that November, December where we just completely lost it, and after that, obviously January, February, we started again. January, February. We made the Sanchez signing, obviously, and then Mkhitaryan went the other way, which I don't know. Was that signing the best signing? I don't think it was. I mean, all right, he did bring us into the game. Well, he did bring us he's a world-class footballer. Don't get me right. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, but ever since that he joined, I don't think the team's been. It's not been as good as it could have been. Martial and Rashford. I just don't get why we signed Sanchez in January. It was just one of them seasons. It's just one of them weird transfers that I just do not get. All right, and we lost Mkhitaryan in the end, which I thought Mkhitaryan. I don't know, Mkhitaryan, he's been playing well for Arsenal as well, which. I just don't know with Mkhitaryan. That we just didn't play him. Sometimes, some games we did play him. Sometimes we didn't. And Mourinho, I think, just lost. He just went out of favour with Mourinho. I think Mkhitaryan. That's why we traded him to Arsenal for Sanchez. But I don't know. And then obviously February, March, we got a few big wins. Obviously against. Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal. Against Arsenal, Tottenham. We lost to Tottenham, but we beat them, didn't we? Again. So, you could say, it could say the second is an improvement, but I just think it is like a kind of a smoke screen, really, for the season where I thought we would have been up there with Man City because at the start we was with them. Man City was scoring for fun when we were scoring for fun. We weren't getting as many goals as Man City was, but we were still winning. Keeping them at bay. And then obviously we lost the game. I don't know. It's just this season has been poor, I think. Next season, obviously, we got to go for the title. Finish second, which is a good thing. But if we don't get the title, I can see Mourinho leaving. That I really can, because alright, he signed a new contract with us, but either we make signings in the summer after the World Cup and stuff like that. I just don't know how we need to make. I mean, we just need to get rid of. We need to get rid of deadwood players that we don't need, like probably like some of the centre backs. You know, all right, Chris Smalling and Phil Jones have been good, but sometimes they have been crap this season. I mean, I keep Eric Bailly. Obviously, we keep De Gea if we can. I think we need a new right back and left back. I know Valencia is a good right back, but some of these games recently he's been really poor, as well as Ashley Young. But then Mourinho has said that he's going to be playing 50 games a season next season, apparently, Ashley Young. So I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if we go in for like a new couple defenders. We definitely need a midfielder to join that midfield. You know, we've got Matic and Pogba, but we just need that attacking midfielder who can play through balls. You know, a creative midfielder, because Pogba's struggling at the moment. All right, Herrera's good, but he's more of a Matic, really. Herrera, you know, he likes to surround players and stuff like that. I know we've got Flaney. I don't think Flaney will be here at the end of the season. I think he'll be gone. I think there's quite a few players that I need to, you know, that we need to get rid of, but I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about last night. We won't finish talk about. We won't talk about the season anymore. Let's talk about last night. Last night was pretty poor. I know. The West Ham goal. It finished with 0-0 between West Ham and United, and it was a pretty poor game from United. I know Adrian made a couple good saves from Jesse Lingard, and especially a good class save against Luke Shaw, which I thought once that Luke Shaw volley, I thought, oh my god, he's going to score his first goal for United, but he didn't. It was a great save onto the post. And after that, we were pretty poor. We played Lingard and Pogba. We played Lingard and Sanchez up front. We had Valencia. We had we had Lindelof, Jones, and Smalling as a 3, and then we had Herrera, McTominay, and Pogba in midfield, and then obviously we had what a save! We had Lingard and Sanchez up front, and it was like a false 9. I just don't get why he just didn't play Martial up top. You know, we've got Martial, we've got Rashford who can play up top. I know Rashford had a poor game, but at least give him the chance. At least give one of them the chance. You know, they are our backup strikers. Alright, you could say Martial is a left winger, but he can play up top. He has played up top before, and we've, you know, scored in those types of games where he's been playing up top. So I just don't know why he didn't play last night. Which is alright. He did come on, but no, Rashford came on. You know, but after that, it's like we were pretty poor that game. We kept West Ham at bay. Obviously, you know, Arnautovic was a really good player for West Ham this season, but I thought Chris Smalling and Phil Jones had it covered, as well as Lindelof had it covered as well. They didn't really make De Gea make any good saves or anything like that. It was pretty poor, tame effort. But they were there for the taking. Let's just say that. All right, second half we did have a couple more shots, but it was known that, you know, if we got one goal, you know, it would have been all over, I think, you know, because I think you know, West Ham would have gone for it, but I don't know. Well, with that point, we have confirmed second place, so we have finished second place for this season, and obviously this weekend our final game is against Watford at home. It's Carrick's last game, so Carrick will be playing. Mourinho has said about Carrick. Oh, if I scored with Michael Carrick then. Yeah, Mourinho has said that he will be playing Michael Carrick. The team I've gone for will be the team I think he'll go for. I reckon he will put Matic, not Matic. I reckon he will put Matic and Carrick together, and then Pogba as the number 10, and then obviously have Mata and Sanchez on the wings, and then have and then have either Rashford or Martial at top, because it showed on you know, last night that we definitely needed someone up top. It's just, you know, Sanchez kept dropping back last night, and there's just no one in the box, and it really annoyed me, and it just worries me that, you know, if what's his name isn't fit for this weekend, we are in what a goal, Jesse Lingard. We'll be in danger of next weekend, because if we got no Lukaku, I just can't see us winning next weekend against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. You know, last 2 games have been very poor. You know, it just shows you how big of a miss Lukaku is, and that's maybe why, you know, in the summer we might get a backup striker, you know, with a physical presence in the box. You know, I'd even sign Andy Carroll. That's how. Oh, well, I wouldn't say I would say, you know, sign Andy Carroll, but even like Andy Carroll to put, you know, hold the team up and hold the ball up, and, you know, we just need a Lukaku replacement. I know Rashford is good, but I just can't see Rashford playing up top. You know, it showed last week against Brighton that he can't play up top by himself. If he plays, what a goal from Valencia! If he plays Martial and Rashford up top with a 2, that's not too bad. But yeah, so Watford themselves, I think they. I was going to say I haven't got my phone on me, but I can't remember if they won at the weekend or not. But you know, it's Carrick's last home game. It'll be a big game. It'll be a big game to enjoy. I wouldn't be surprised if he brings on, like, if he takes a couple of kids to play against Watford. You know, like Angel Gomez or Tahi Jong or McTominay as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a couple of you know, youngsters with Carrick, but I think he will be kind of like the same team that kind of the same team against West Ham last night. So obviously, score prediction, I've kind of overrun myself here. So score prediction, I reckon we'll go for it, because obviously it's Carrick's last game, so I reckon we'll be up for it. And, you know, last home game, we need something to bow out on, and a good victory would be that. You know, a good victory to bow out on the Premier League season, and then next weekend we've got the FA Cup. If you guys want me to do a match day live for that, let me know if you want me to do a match day live for that, and I might do. I'm not too sure, but yeah, let me know, guys, if you want me to do a match day live for the FA Cup final, and I shall do that, and probably will be out next Friday. But yeah, so score prediction for this weekend against Watford, last home game. Like I said, I reckon we'll go for it. So I reckon it will be, you know, Watford, they're not the best of sides. So, you know, 2-0. I could say 2-0. Yeah, I'm going to go for my prediction for 2-0. I don't think he'll be that attackive, but, you know, I reckon with Carrick in the team, you know, he'll try to control the game like he normally does, and maybe try and get a goal for his last game. But, you know, I can see it being a good game, but I've said that before, and, you know, it's going to be I've said that before, and it was 0-0. So I am actually going to this game as well. So hopefully it will be good. Anyway, I'm going to go for 2-0 for my score prediction, and yeah. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score predictions below. So right, I'm going. Bye. I know, guys, thank you for watching my video. Hit me up on Twitch and Twitter, and don't forget to watch the playlist down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.